Hello, and welcome to Everything Wellness with Army. In today's podcast episode, I would like to talk about mindfulness. So, what is the definition of mindfulness? A mental state achieved by focusing your awareness on the present moment. Mindfulness is like waking up to what is going on in your mind by observing patterns of thoughts and feelings in order to change or control them. Setting time aside to stop, be still, and listen to what's going on in your mind, right? So you gotta stop for a second, be still, and realize what's going on around you, what's going on within you, right? In everyday life, you have opportunities to practice mindfulness. So if you were to give an example, when you are eating a meal, right? It's meal time. Let's say it's breakfast time or lunch. Eat slowly. Be aware of the color and the smell of the food. When you're chewing, feel the texture and the flavor, right? Most of us usually just sit down, eat in a hurry, or don't even pay mind to the food we eat, right? Either the mind is occupied with other thoughts or multitasking at the same time, like checking your emails or the social media, the news. So let's give another example. Let's say you're going to take a walk to the store. Let's say, I don't know, you're going to do some grocery shopping. On your way there, just like feel the breeze, listen to the birds singing, or feel the warmth of the sun. Just, be in the moment. See, what is it that you smell? Did it just rain? Do you smell, the soil after the rain, right? It has this great smell. Or is it summertime? You smell the flowers. Roses, maybe? Smell the roses, right? Did you ever look around, really look around and realize you have been walking the same road to the same store, but just became aware of the type of flowers they have at the entrance? This happened to me a long time ago. I walked the same streets going to work every morning, but when I started practicing mindfulness, I realized so many things that I never realized. So you just need to do one thing intentionally, right? Just to become aware of it. Nowadays, everybody is attached to their phone, all of us, right? For some, it's because of boredom. For others, work-related. Just try to set time every day to put your phone out of reach and try not to reach for it. You could do it for a certain amount of time. It's like try to detox from your phone, TV, computer, news especially, for a while, every day, right? Try to stay still and in the moment, be mindful of your thoughts and feelings. It's like tapping into what you hear, smell, taste, and touch. By doing this, you will become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Just when you're in that moment, right? It's like inevitable. You become more aware. You can be mindful in every action you take as long as you make the effort to be aware of your surroundings, your body, and your emotions. So, of course, there are benefits being mindful. The one that I usually talk to my clients about, it's weight control. When you're mindful of what you're eating, right? In every aspect, it's easier to control your weight. So there's a clinical study done from the Journal of Obesity. They found that the obese woman when they practice mindful eating, they seem to have less sense of struggle about controlling the food they consume. A mindfulness-based intervention is effective in reducing stress and improving stress-related overeating. So there are, of course, other benefits. There's improved sleep. It improves your sleep, reduces anxiety, decreases stress levels, boosts your concentration and productivity, better self-control. These are a few examples of living a mindful lifestyle. These are the benefits. When it comes to mindful eating, since I'm a personal trainer, this is a discussion I usually have with my clients. They are always asking, how can I eat more mindfully, right? Mindful eaters. First, I tell them, you gotta be aware of what you're consuming, the quality of it, how much you eat it, right? Just be in that moment. Just pay attention to what you're eating, how you're eating. Are you rushing through it? Are you multitasking while you're eating, right? Are you just watching the TV and eating at the same time? No, that's not good, right? And the nutrition side of it. So it's not just eating, how does it taste? Is it good for you? Every factor counts here. So it's always good to know what you're consuming. Is it good for you? Is it a healthy food? Are you rushing through it, just stuffing your face, Or you're just sitting there at your table with your food, just tasting it, smelling it, the texture, the flavor, everything. You're just mindfully there and eating your food, chewing it, not rushing through it, right? So time to time, you just need to do a mini checkup on yourself. Let's say while you're driving, walking, or doing anything, notice how you feel. Just, what are you feeling? Are you feeling mad, sad, anxious, or happy, energized, relaxed, right? It depends what you're feeling at that moment. But if we were to give an example, let's say you feel sad at that moment, right? Ask yourself, what is it you're really sad about? Right? Just ask yourself. Try not to push away if any unpleasant thoughts or emotions come up. And try to be more open and accepting without judging yourself. Right? You just need to give yourself the permission to feel it. Let it flow through. Just don't keep thinking about it. Take a deep breath and let it go. We're human beings. We're gonna feel sad, mad, happy, right? That's like emotional side of it. There's also physical. Let's say you're at work, in your house, or at, your office, workplace, wherever, whatever you're doing, however you're earning money. But as an example, let's say you're a person sitting in front of the computer for long periods of time, and you're just into it, you're just working. Time to time, just do a checkup on you. Because when you're working, you pay attention to your work, right? And then just see if you're breathing right? Take a deep breath. And then see if you're just like shoulders. Last time when I was in the last episode or the one before that, I was talking without realizing the tension on your shoulders, you just raise your shoulders up. That's most of the time people who do, desk jobs, sitting long periods of time. They have that habit without realizing they do that. That's the stress, the tension, right? So just check on yourself. How is my neck feeling? How is my shoulders? Am I breathing? Just get up and stretch for a second, right? Just be aware of yourself. Just take a break, take a breather. Get a cup of water. Just take yourself out of your desk for a minute or 2 or 5 minutes will be even better, right? If you're home, open the window, look outside. I don't know, take a bathroom break, right? Just check yourself. And breathing is also very important. I suggest breathe whenever you can, because breathing is a key to mindfulness. It totally brings your attention to here and now, right? When is the last time when you're doing anything, just do you pay attention to your breathing, right? We're just breathing, but really breathing. Just take that deep breath. Inhale, when, especially when you're working out. If you ever worked out with a trainer, they always tell you, don't hold your breath. Just keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. If you did yoga or Pilates or you went to the gym, worked out, you have to breathe, right? You gotta breathe in and breathe out. It's very important. Also during the day, in everything that you do, you gotta breathe in and breathe out. Be aware of it, right? Because of course we're breathing. Otherwise we wouldn't be alive. But this type of breathing is that deep breathing. Inhale and exhale, right? Also, meditation is helpful to actually tap into mindfulness. There are many sources online, especially on YouTube. You can try out, learn how to meditate if you never did it before. I actually don't do it like that, to be in that certain position, those limits and terms. I just like to either sit in a comfortable place, just lay down, relax, do my meditation like that, or just on my bed before go to sleep or during the day, it depends. Just start slowly, just get into it. That's important because it, brings your awareness also. If you ever listen to people who have experience in meditation, breathing is also very important, right? They always take their attention to breathing. Most of them, if you just open a few of them on YouTube, you'll see most of them say, almost every single one of them say, pay attention to your breathing now, right? This nice voice and a nice background music. And after that, some of them are guided meditations, for the beginners. You could do that. It's easy. It just guides you how to do it. And after a certain while, you just do it on your own. You don't even need to listen to anything. You could just pick if you want background music, that helps you out. But of course, like everything else in life, it takes time to develop the habit of consciously paying attention to what is going on around you and within you, right? That's mindfulness. So it's not going to happen, whoop, tomorrow you wake up. No. Just start one task at a time and ease your way into it, right? Just don't make yourself anxious. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I'm going to practice mindfulness all day and the next. Just don't pressure yourself. That's a pressure, right? Let's say you're brushing your teeth in the morning. That could be your choice of starting every morning with that task, trying to be mindful, right? Or walking to the store or your work could be your choice. Or maybe just having breakfast could be your choice. Just step by step, take the first step and ease your way into it. Don't, make yourself, okay, I'm going to do this, no. Just pick a task or chore, let's say washing dishes, folding the laundry, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, going for a walk. It's just start somewhere and it builds up, just like learning a new language, right? So in nowadays, or maybe for a while now, we've been under a lot of external stress, right? With all the stuff going on, viruses, political this, that. And in our phones, most of us have that alert, either from social media platforms or maybe news. They just send you these, oh, this happened, alert, oh, that happened, oh, this happened, that happened. It's like non-stop external, I call them alerts, like it alerts you, right? So it's every day, just try not to put yourself in situations. I'm not telling you not to be aware of what's going on, but try to make yourself, just don't go crazy about it. Give yourself time to unwind, to relax, to be mindful, right? Mindfulness is, in my opinion, it could be in anything. You gotta be mindful of what you listen to, who you listen to, right? It could be music, it could be a person. Also visually. Let's say you're on a social platform looking at images, people put. What does that give you? Does it give you anything? Or does it make you anxious? Does it depress you? You gotta be aware of all this. I think music affects people in a great way if you, just listen to it and let that help you relax or make you feel happy, right? And be mindful of what you consume. It could be either food, it could be what you listen to, it could be what you read, who you follow, everything. It's like you gotta be mindful and be aware of, okay, let's say you follow somebody. How does that person make you feel? Does that person, when you follow that person, go through their images or whatnot? Does that influence you? Does that person influence you in a good way? Or does that person you think influence you in a good way, but actually makes you feel less than, right? There are many influencers on certain platforms. Yes, some of them are correct, some of them are not, right? We all know this. Some of them borrow things, take images and put it there, and you think it's true, but actually it's not. That's what I'm trying to say, So just be aware. Just be aware of how you feel. And be aware of what you consume in every way, mentally, physically, right? Mindfulness is such a big variety of everyday things in life, right? As an example, just, you buy a soap or shampoo or hair conditioner. So you go to the store and you pick the one, You read the label, or let's say your hair is oily, right? You pick the one that's for oily hair, for example, or dry hair. So you make that consciously, you're aware, that's your decision because you know that's what you need, right? Correct? So you gotta do this with everything you do in life. So that person that I follow or I listen to, that person who is an influencer, whoever that you follow or you listen to, how does that person influence me or make me feel, right? You gotta, sometimes we do things without thinking, right? Now we just see a picture, oh nice, like it, right? But I have met a few people, instead of feeling, so what's the reason that when I ask them, you follow a certain person or you listen to certain things, either on TV or whatever, I said, do you ever check with yourself? How does this make me feel? What do I gain from it, right? Is it good for me? Or is it taking me down, making me sad, upset, right? Do I need to put a limit to this? Correct? Like that little check, that little question, why? We usually question other people. Oh, why did this person do this? Why did that person do that? But we rarely question ourselves, right? You need to ask yourself sometimes, why do I do this? Why do I listen to this? Why do I eat this, right? What should I do to get the best out of this? What should I do if this influencer doesn't do what I thought it should do, or it could do, or it would do, right? So limit the things, right, that gives you stress, and ask yourself the questions why. That is magic. When I started asking myself the question why, which I never done before, when I started doing it, I realized many things that I shouldn't be doing, or the intentions behind it. Why am I doing it? And why I shouldn't be doing it anymore, right? So I know our lives are busy, with work, with every other thing that we have to do. Maybe you have kids, or you take care of relatives, anything. Life is sometimes so busy, we just forget about our own selves, right? We just go through life with the flow. But to be mindful, right? You gotta be mindful of everything and ask your question to yourself. Why? Why am I listening to this? Why am I consuming this? Is it good for me? Should I put a limit to it? Or should I change it? Right? When you start asking the question why, and then you come up with the solutions, your life will be easier. Meaning you could have more control or handle to the things. Before you were not aware of it, now you are aware of it because you asked the question why. I know it's not easy, but once you start doing it, once you start asking the question why, and then you're going to be like, oh, okay, I questioned myself, I got my answer, now I know how to handle it, now I know how to do it. And then the emotions could come up. We are human beings, we have emotions, right? So just let it, feel it at the moment, And then let it flow. Just let it flow. Release it. Don't hold on to it. The sadness, the madness, the negative emotions. We cannot be happy 24/7, right? Of course, we're gonna live through these emotions, but the point is not to be stuck there. Just release it, let it flow, right? And when you start asking the questions why, and you get to know yourself, right? I don't know. I cannot say on my behalf that I don't think I really knew myself back in the day until I started to ask the question why. So just give it a try. Give it a try, ask yourself why. And then try to come up with your own solutions. You could always change it. Nothing is set in stone. You could always change everything. Okay, it was this solution, but I don't think it works, so let me change that. Just don't feel stuck, right? Nowadays, externally, many stressful things going on, right? Try not to be stuck there either. Try to find yourself ways, mindful ways. For example, my example from me, I like walking outside at nighttime and looking at the stars, the moon, just stargazing. That's really relaxes me. I love the night sky, right? The reflection of the moon and the shining stars. I'm totally concentrated and mindful of that at that moment. I'm not thinking about anything. And I check my body. I feel relaxed. I feel happy. Some people, I also like walking in the sunshine, but I love the night sky maybe more, right? And some people love just sitting under the sun. When you pass by the parks, you see people just sitting at the park bench, just soaking some sunlight, right? That's great. At that moment, there's nothing else but the sunlight. And that feeling, in your skin, the warmth, maybe the breeze around there, right? If it's summer, maybe the smell of the flowers, the fresh cut grass, just being mindful of your surroundings and not your mind take over and keep thinking of the past, the future. Just be here, be right now, this moment, right here. Okay, I hope you will give it a shot and you will try it out just one step at a time. Maybe you could start with, just brushing your teeth could be your first step, every morning. Just feel that, the temperature of the water, the toothbrush, the taste of the toothpaste, these little things. Being aware of those. And then step by step, maybe you will do your breakfast time, lunch time, your walking, anything you like. Just start somewhere and step by step, you're going to realize without actually you realizing it, you're doing it, right? And I just want to thank you for being here. And I will be here next Monday. Take care of yourselves and be mindful. Bye-bye.